3 things to know about Pablo Escobar. 1. His colossal fortune. In the early 1900s, Pablo Escobar was one of the richest men on the planet. As head of the Medellin cartel, he became the largest cocaine supplier to the United States, holding an 80% share of the American market. Every day, 15 tons of drugs crossed the borders, and $60 million went directly into Pablo Escobar's pockets. His business was so prosperous that he spent $2,500 per month just on rubber bands to bundle his cash. In total, the cocaine kingpin is believed to have amassed a net worth of $30 billion throughout his criminal career. That amount would be equivalent to $59 billion today, which is comparable to the GDP of Uruguay. The money was coming in so fast that it was impossible for him to launder or spend it all. The solution? Hide these immense stacks of treasure wherever he could. In safes, warehouses, underground, in walls, and even under his bed. In fact, by keeping his fortune stored in this manner, Escobar would lose up to 10% of his income, damaged by rain or eaten by rats. The cocaine king had become so rich that he completely lost the sense of money. Like the day he supposedly burned $2 million to warm up his cold daughter. Just like that. But, well, all of this is just a small aspect of his colossal fortune. In terms of real estate, he also owned an island in the Caribbean, artworks, and hundreds of houses, including the most famous one, Hacienda Nápoles, near Medellin, a 7.5 square mile ranch with luxury cars, private airport, a karting track, but most notably, a complete zoo with giraffes, elephants, and hippopotamuses. 2. The master of evasion. In the 1980s, Pablo Escobar was the public enemy #1 of the United States and Colombia, as both countries declared total war on drug trafficking. In 1984, he ordered the assassination of the Colombian Minister of Justice. This marked the beginning of a life on the run for him and his family, constantly moving from one hiding place to another. In 1990, the Colombian army managed to locate him and launched an operation. 510 people died in the confrontations, but the cocaine kingpin managed to escape. In 1991, to put an end to the bloodshed, the Colombian government reached an agreement with the drug lord. He agreed to surrender, but under several conditions: not to be extradited to the United States and to serve only a 5-year prison sentence under privileged conditions. He had his own prison built, called La Cathedral, located in the hills of Medellin. Well, in reality, as you might have guessed, it was anything but a prison. It had a football field, a bar, a jacuzzi. He received women, ate lobsters, and, of course, continued the cocaine trade. But when he assassinated 2 of his associates, the government sent the army to transfer him to a real prison. However, when they arrived, the building was empty. Pablo Escobar had escaped through an underground tunnel network. That's when the real manhunt began. An elite commando entirely dedicated to his pursuit is created. And for any information, the authorities are offering 1 billion pesos. In addition to the Colombian and American armies, a paramilitary terrorist group called Los Pepes starts hunting him down with the aim of assassinating him. This war against Pablo Escobar ends on December 2nd, 1993, on the rooftops of Medellin. He is located due to a phone call made to his family. The police invade his hideout and kill him with multiple bullets to the body. 3. Colombia's Robin Hood. Despite his image as a drug lord and a bloodthirsty murderer, Pablo Escobar is actually very popular, even idolized by certain poor families in Colombia, because he uses drug money to fund various projects in their favor. He builds 60 soccer fields, roads, schools, hospitals, and even a neighborhood in the slums of Medellin with over 400 houses, aptly named Escobar neighborhood. In a newspaper article of the time, he is actually portrayed as a Robin Hood. That's why even today, he enjoys a very positive image among some Colombians. But while on one hand, he positioned himself as a defender of the people, on the other hand, Escobar stopped at nothing to strengthen his power and wage war against the Colombian state. This included killing innocent civilians in attacks. To eliminate an enemy, he didn't hesitate to blow up a passenger plane, killing all 110 passengers. The target wasn't even on board. His cruelty knew no bounds. And the Medellin cartel had a reputation for being the most violent and deadly organization of the time. With Escobar, there was no alternative. It was
plata o plomo.
Money or bullets.